तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। First of all, I offer my thousands obeisances to the feet of Srila Prabhupada. Om Vishnupada Shuddha Satasismad Bhaktivedanta Srila Narayana Goswami. And Om Vishnupada Shuddha Satasismad Bhaktivedanta Srila Vamana Goswami. I offer my thousands obeisances to the feet of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and all our Guru. All pregnant, all sannyasis, Sri Bhagavad Maharaj, Sri Parivraj Maharaj, Sri Vaikhanus Maharaj, Sri all sannyasis, please accept my pranam. All Vaishnava and Vaishnavi mothers, sisters, all brothers, please accept my pranam. So today, we have done Giriraj Parikrama. So in Giriraj Parikrama, Badi Parikrama, we started from Dan Ghati, then Dan Nivartan Kunda. We have done Sankarsan Kunda, Gauri Kunda, Govinda Kunda. Then Kuchika Lauta, where we have Naval Kunda and Avsara Kunda. Basanti Raj takes place Kadampa Khandi. Then we have done Surabhi Kunda, Jatipura. After the near Mansi Ganga, this that so we have Ravana Tatra Govardhanam Brajavinasi Shyamsundar. He played so many plays. Srila Rupa Goswami, our Guru Varga Goswami, they manifest so many times. How is Radhika removed? Rag, Anurag, Bhav, Mahabhav. In this way, so many plays and manifest Radhika removed. Other way, so many leelas. On the way, we hear something from Vaishnava. But I want that we want to listen more sweetness in this way. We request. We can't speak. So Pujyapad Vaikhanus Maharaj can speak something. 10-15 minutes, no more, many speakers speaking. one topic, one subject. And today, day after tomorrow on the food festival, everyone prepare for festival on the food and some donations and prepare. Everything will be good situation. In this way, we request to everyone. So everyone giving any life for underfoot. Gurudev told, if someone giving something for Giriraj or have hope to Giriraj, his life never will be short any food or any ice. So Giriraj blessings, how is Giriraj mercy? So Vaishnava they are speaking so many times now, which you can say Vaishnava Maharaj.
So, before beginning a small task, we first offer most humble heartfelt obeisances to the lotus feet of our beloved Gurudevs, and to Sri Guru Paramatma Nitya Vishnu Vishnupad Astos, and Sriman Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaskar, and to Sri Guru Paramatma Nitya Vishnu and Vishnupad Astos, and Sriman Bhaktivedanta. This is a most wonderful occasion. We have all come by the grace of our beloved Guru and the blessings of our exalted Guru Varga. We've come home. We've come to the place of Sri Giriraj Govardhan, unto his lotus feet. And when we're here, this Govardhan is so filled with the memories of our beloved Gurudev. We've been traveling here and there, remembering the pastimes of Radha Krishna, also Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But sitting in this mat, we are now overwhelmed with memories and thoughts of our own beloved guide, most dear friend, Srila Gurudev, who brought us here and gave us shelter at this wonderful, wonderful place. Today we went to so wonderful pastime places. We began our Govardhan Parikrama. And it was impossible to think of this Parikrama without remembering Srila Gurudev always telling us about how Giriraj was our great benefactor. In fact, that to come to Bhakti, to come and enter into the pastimes of Radha Krishna and Vrindavan, we need the blessings of three special personalities. We need the blessings and mercy of Sri Tulsi Maharani, Vrita Devi. We need the mercy of Sri Jamuna Devi. And we need the mercy of Sri Giriraj Govardhan. And Govardhan Parikrama can be done in so many ways. When we are going on a Parikrama, we're noticing so many other pilgrims. Some of them performing very austere measures, lying down on the ground, putting rocks in front of them, taking great, great difficulty. But Srila Gurudev always reminded us that most people, when they come to Giriraj, they're not coming for the real thing. They're not praying that they enter as Paryadasis, as maidservants at the feet of Srimati Radhika. They're not praying for Braj praying. They're not praying to be insignificant servants in the group of our beloved Gurudev now and eternally. They're praying for material things. And this is a great, great loss. But he would also give us the warning that when you come to Gurudev, or when you come to Govardhan, that we also cleanse our hearts totally of all material desires ourselves. Our hearts are so filled, are so mixed with so many kinds of desires, that when we're carefully circumambulating Giriraj, that we pray for only one thing. That we pray for that special kind of Braj Bhakti that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give. This Svabhakti Smiyam, this special service in the mood of Srimati Radhika's servants herself. And if we pray like that, continually, consistently, ardently, humbly, then this is what we will get. Don't come to Giriraj, don't come to Govardhan to be cheated. Come to Govardhan and receive the greatest, most wonderful gift. So Mahaprabhu also came to Govardhan. We've been hearing about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu coming to Vrindavan and the kinds of moods and how he performed parikrama. And many, many wonderful things have been discussed by Vaishnavas. But there are a few crumbs that were left that are also relevant to some of the things that we heard today that I would just like to share. In the 17th chapter of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita in Madhya Lila, it describes Mahaprabhu entering into Vrindavan, beginning his own Braj Mandal Parikrama. And he began with great eagerness and also not without some difficulty. Mahaprabhu himself was thwarted twice before trying to come to Vrindavan. Each of us, also coming from very distant places in the West and in India, we often find that it's difficult to come to Parikrama, isn't it? Many, many obstacles. Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's my job, sometimes it's committed to my family, or whatever. Something is there. Oh, I'm not healthy enough. Oh, there's too many politics. Oh, I don't want to go for this reason or that reason. These are obstacles. Mahaprabhu, with great determination, overcame his own obstacles. His were of a different nature. His obstacles were that his beloved devotees did not want to be parted from him for a moment. So they were always devising schemes to keep him with them in Puri, here and there. But still, his determination was so resolute, ultimately on his third try, he came to Vrindavan. And it's described that after he left Varanasi, as he was coming closer and closer, he was chanting. He was walking along the Jamuna River. Seeing the Jamuna River, the beautiful black swirling current of the Jamuna River, memories of Krishna's pastimes were welling up and increasing in his heart. He was becoming more and more enthusiastic, and it describes seeing the Jamuna River, coming near Mathura. His moods of prema and bhakti increased 100 times. Then, finally, he came to Mathura. And entering into Mathura, he came to the Adikeshava temple, this ancient temple that is no longer there in the form that it was then, but seeing that beautiful deity dancing before the crowds, exhibiting his great prema, his mood of love increased 1,000 times more. Ultimately, when he came to Vrindavan itself, when he finally entered into Vrindavan, his moods and his prema increased 1,000,000 times. So also, we begin our parikrama, we begin it in Mathura. We're not really completely in the mood yet, don't equate our mood with Mahaprabhu's, but gradually, by performing our Mathura parikrama, our mood strengthens, our enthusiasm increases, our level of bhakti is rising, and each step along the way, as Mahaprabhu experienced in our own way, cannot we feel our own enthusiasm and happiness in Braj Parikrama rising? Now we finally come to Govardhan. Don't you feel wonderful? Don't you feel peaceful and happy? Is this not the ultimate objective of life, to somehow be here performing this parikrama? No matter what happens for the rest of your life, for millions of lives, the fact that we are here now, we have perfected our existence. Coming here and praying under the guidance of our beloved gurus. Now, when Mahaprabhu entered into Mathura and began dancing in front of the deity of Adikeshava, something extraordinary happened. And this is relevant for us as well. All of a sudden, in that crowd, most of the crowd were simply astonished seeing Mahaprabhu, and they saw this gigantic golden figure rising in the air, leaping, exhibiting ecstatic emotion, golden color, loud voice like a lion, shoulders like a lion, chest like a lion, chanting, Haribol! Haribol! And everybody was so enthused, all the crowd was chanting, jumping and chanting. But among all the crowd, one And Mahaprabhu, seeing this Brahmin filled with that special kind of flame that he also had, began to jump and dance even more happily. And that Brahmin was also jumping and dancing, and they were embracing each other, and tears were flowing from their eyes. Afterwards, they had come down a little bit, and Mahaprabhu took this Brahmin aside to a quiet place and began to inquire, "Who are you?" Because he was astonished that there in Mathura, some other person seemed to have the same kind of frame that he had. And the Brahmin was also equally astonished because he never expected to meet anybody like Mahaprabhu. And inquiring, this Brahmin was a Saudhiya Brahmin, which means that he was, according to the time, a low-class Brahmin, in that he preached to people of lesser quality, gold merchants, low-class Vaishyas. So the Orthodox community at the time, they did not consider him very high class. But the Brahmin began to explain, oh, many, many years ago, Sri Madhavendra Puri came to this very same place, and he accepted me as his disciple. And he came to my house and he ate lunch and I served him very nicely. And by the grace of that Madhavendra Puri, now I am imbued with these moods. But until now, I've never seen anybody who had those same moods. Only those who are connected with Madhavendra Puri. So the Brahma was astonished, oh, how could this Mahaprabhu have these same moods? Then Mahaprabhu's servant, Balabhadra Bhattacharya, began to explain that actually Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a disciple of Sri Ishwara Puri, who was a disciple directly, the most dear disciple of Sri Madhavendra Puri. So those same moods of ecstatic love of God that had originated in Sri Madhavendra Puri were now also being exhibited by both that Brahmin and by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, of course, we know that Mahaprabhu is the root and the origin of everything. But in his Leela, in this world, Sri Madhavendra Puri came to initiate and establish the current of this special kind of love that we in the Gaudiya Vaishnava community, descended from Mahaprabhu through Rupa Goswami, through Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, and through our current line, we are experiencing by the grace of Madhavendra Puri. Sri Madhavendra Puri is the root of the trunk of the Sri Chaitanya tree of love of God. So this is significant. And then Mahaprabhu went and took lunch at this Brahmin's house. The Brahmin first asked, oh, please have your cook, your servant, Balabhadra Bhattacharya, cook. He was feeling himself unworthy. But Mahaprabhu said, no. Madhavendra Puri, Sri Madhavendra Puri has eaten directly from your hand what you cooked. So therefore, I shall also do. He said that whatever a great man does, come and then follow. He has established and qualified you in devotion. And therefore, it doesn't matter to me what any Orthodox Brahmin or person may say about your status. You have come in his line, you are his disciple, therefore you are glorious. So similarly, I'm looking out on this wonderful audience. I live in South India, and there's a lot of people that are very caste conscious. And they judge you, not by the level of your devotion or your bhakti, they judge you rather by where you were born, what caste you were born in. Isn't that right? They're very strict in that way. He's my neighbor. He lives there as well. Very strict, very narrow-minded. But Mahaprabhu was not like that. Wherever he saw bhakti, wherever he saw devotion, that was the determination. So looking out over this crowd, we see people from all over the world. Mahaprabhu would be so pleased, so happy. This was his plan. From all over the world, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur predicted that from all the countries of the world, people would come forth, ultimately to the places of Mahaprabhu's pastimes in Navadvip, in Vrindavan, and chant together these beautiful holy names of the Lord. So, we are all part of the fulfillment of a great plan. So then, Mahaprabhu continued, and what happened? How did he do his pilgrimage? Now, he's the Lord of all. He's Krishna himself. Does he need a guide to go through Vrindavan? It's all internally revealed to him. And yet, Mahaprabhu took the guidance of that Brahmin, and he treated that Brahmin with such respect, because that Brahmin was the godbrother of his own spiritual master. And so he treated him on that level. And they accepted the guidance of that Brahmin to go from different places here and there. They started in Bahulavan. They went to the different forests. He did bathing at Krishna Ghat to begin it all. Ultimately, he did come to Vrindavan. Many of the pastime places that we've already seen, also Mahaprabhu went to. We've heard about that. But what we saw today as well, Mahaprabhu had come to see. We heard today about Sri Madhavinda Puri. That same Madhavinda Puri that we were just talking about was responsible for the discovery and reinstallation of this beautiful Gopal deity, this pastime that we heard at different times today. And when Mahaprabhu came into Govardhan, he also had a great hankering to see that same deity. But that deity was situated at that time on top of the hill. And Mahaprabhu would not transgress etiquette by climbing onto Giriraj Govardhan. Why not? Why not climb up onto Govardhan? It's a hill, right? Why not? We climb everywhere else in Govardhan and all over Vrindavan. Why not on Govardhan? Because didn't we hear today, didn't we hear this pastime about how Krishna himself manifested directly? He showed that Govardhan is non-different from him. Govardhan is Krishna himself. And so Mahaprabhu was very, very careful to always observe that proper etiquette, and he would not walk onto Govardhan directly to speak. He worshipped at a distance. In fact, when he would take up a rock, he took up a piece of Govardhan, he held it to his chest. Ecstatic symptoms again erupted in his body, and he fell to the ground weeping in wonderful ecstasy. Govardhan is Krishna himself. Giriraj Govardhan is also in the mood of servant to Krishna. He's both. He's both. But in our lives, we formally worship him as deity, as Krishna. And so Mahaprabhu did. And yet, there was this beautiful deity on the hill, this Gopal deity, and he wanted to see him very badly. And he was weeping and weeping in separation. So what to do? What to do? But this Gopal deity, he also wanted to see Mahaprabhu. And so, there was an internal arrangement by Yogamaya that all of a sudden there was a rumor, oh, the Turks are coming! The Muslims! They're going to kill everybody in the village and they're going to smash the deity. So, villagers ran from the village, they took Gopal, they brought him down, they moved him from place to place, they hid him in the bushes, and when Mahaprabhu heard this, oh, where is he? Oh, Gopal has come down from the hill. He's in Gantuli ground. Mahaprabhu rushed over. And he went to that place, and for 3 days, he was able to take darshan and worship that beautiful, beautiful deity of Krishna, lifting Govardhan Hill. Splendid, splendid deity, and wonderful time. So, Mahaprabhu showed us this, and this is our own opportunity, that we have now also come to Govardhan. We're doing exactly as Mahaprabhu did. We're doing exactly as the followers of Mahaprabhu did. And just as Mahaprabhu was very careful to observe all the appropriate etiquettes, also to take guidance from spiritual seniors, Vaishnavas, who were superior to him by Maryada or by etiquette, very carefully followed. If we do that, and we do our program very honorably, very respectfully, and pray in Giriraj for what? A new house? Better clothes? More money? If I only had more money, I could surely do more service for the Vaishnavas. Money? Even a little? No. None of that. None of that. Najanam, Najanam, Nasundari, Kamikam, Vajanadishi Kamaya. Mahaprabhu said, I don't want any of that. I don't want wealth. I don't want followers. Sometimes we're tricked in our bhakti. We think if we have these extra accessories, that we can use them nicely in the service of God and Krishna, in the service of our Guru. But none of this is required. Mahaprabhu was required and says, Mama Janmani Janmani Shri, Baba Tatpatim, Ahaytuki Toye. I only want unalloyed, pure bhakti unto Lord lotus feet. If you want me to be rich, I'll be rich. If you want me to be poor, I'll be poor. If you want me to be here, if you want me to be there, whatever it is that you want, I am surrendered unto that. I want nothing else. And somehow or other, Krishna must have wanted all of us to be here, because we're in Govardhan right now. And we're under the guidance of our beloved Gurudev. Every place we see is filled with his memories. He walked these paths. He showed us these pastime places. He described them. He led us with his own feet. Everywhere we're remembering him. We're all so fortunate. So, I'll end my little speech here. Thank you. Vacha Kalpa.
चक्षुर्उन्मिलितं येन तस्मै